Network modernization is a critical step for digital transformation at government agencies. I'm Wyatt Cash with Scoop News Group, and here to talk about that today is Jason Hebbe, Chief Technology Officer at the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Jason, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So let me start by asking, how has the adoption of cloud and multi-cloud computing impacted your agency's networking requirements and the work that you do for other agencies?
Excellent question. So within my organization, we have a shared services model. So all network connectivity is brokered through my team. So we have a very robust, metro area network, wide area network, as well as our internet connectivity. And because we do broker those services, we do have to make sure that we're sized appropriately, not just for communications between our buildings and our end users, but accessing those cloud services that we have available to us.
And then as you kind of look ahead, what are your top priorities over the next year to improve the performance and also the scalability of your networks? And as an aside, how will cost versus value play into your acquisition plans?
Sure. So, long-term goals are really security. First and foremost, making sure that we have secure networks available to us. The rest of it is really trying to make sure that we're very closely in touch with business demand for network services so that we can be ahead of the curve in building those out. With the cloud, journey that we're on, we continue to see significant growth there. So we do have to make sure that those cloud connectors are sized appropriately to support those business needs. We don't want latency to impact application and service performance. We also need to make sure that we have redundant connectivity. At the end of the day, we really need to make sure that if we have a circuit go down, that it does not once again impact our employees' ability to do their jobs or citizens of the Commonwealth to be able to access the services that they need to. So network resiliency is paramount, as well as making sure that our bandwidth is sized appropriately for the various cloud providers that we have in play today. As it relates to the value proposition, we do evaluate all of our needs from a design and architectural standpoint based on both. So we have a set of technical requirements, business requirements, and financial requirements as we're working on network design, whether that be new network design or just improvements to existing. And we do evaluate all of those criteria. So as long as we're meeting business need, meeting technical need, we will drive for the best possible price. But sometimes, financially, the price is a little bit higher if you're trying to do it right. So we do a good job of balancing all of those requirements against each other.
Well, it certainly sounds like it. And then you touched on security a little bit ago. Talk to us a little about the additional steps that you're taking to build in greater security protections into your networks.
Sure. So starting with cloud, once again, we broker those cloud services. So any of the agencies that we deal with under the governor's jurisdiction that want and need cloud services, they're all coming through our connectivity pipes. So in those cases, we just make sure we have a good core security infrastructure in place, firewalls, web application firewalls, database firewalls, et cetera, and that all services are routing through those. So that's definitely important to us. As it relates to overall network security, we're really taking a zero trust approach to how we build out network security. Only servers and applications and solutions that need to talk to other servers and solutions, we make sure that those rules are defined appropriately. So it's not, a single device on our network can talk to anything it wants to. We're still on that journey, but we are definitely taking a zero trust approach as we move forward.
And then lastly, Jason, following up a little on acquisition, what is your agency doing to try to speed up your network modernization procurement process? And then on the other side of the table, what kind of pain points are you still experiencing working with technology partners?
Sure, that is a great question and bringing us a lot of pain right now. Obviously, the supply chain issues that are impacting everyone are impacting us and our ability to deliver new solutions, to keep up with technology refresh opportunities and projects. So that's been a big burden on us. We're building a lot of extra time into our projects because knowing that in some cases we have supply chain lead times of 10 plus months. We're working very closely with our supplier partners and making sure that we're at the top of the list whenever possible, knowing that there's lots of demand there to get that equipment on site so that we can get it deployed to keep projects on time. But supply chain delays are by far one of the biggest impacts to our project delivery at this time.
Oh, it's interesting that you should share that, and appreciate adding yet another complication to an already complicated IT procurement process.
Yes,
So,
sir.
well, Jason Hebbe, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to share your insights on how IT and network modernization are evolving in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
It was my great pleasure. Thanks again for having me.